تشتكي تبدي مقالة يا إماما يا إماما يا إماما للرسالة كن دمين يا محمد صل
يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية.
هذه الدنيا كساء اجعل الأعمال طاعة واشتري خير بضاعة ثورة الأدي محمد صل
يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية.
This is Islam. This is the exactly literal translation of Islam. Sometimes the way we sit down and talk about Islam is like, wallahi, wallahi, Muslims are not happy, everything is haram, Allah. Look, man, just be realistic. Let's look at the literal understanding of Islam. If Adam alayhi salam, living in Jannah, how vast is Jannah? And Allah can say, you are allowed to eat everything except one tree. Is that hardship or easiness? When you come on earth, eat everything except pig. Does that make Islam too harsh on you? Drink everything except alcohol. Does that make Islam too harsh on you? No. It's just that you couldn't understand the concept. That's the reality. Don't do things because people do. Everyone is buying house, I have to buy a house. Everyone is buying new car, I have to buy a new car. We don't do it that way. Islam does not go that way. If everyone is putting their hands in fire, you will not do that. You know what is good, what is right. So don't do because people do. Do because you know the purpose of doing it. That is the secret. Islam is the religion which, when it comes to having fun in life, it even encourages you to the extent that if you don't have fun on the day Allah has given you, it's more or less like you are committing sin. Only Islam has this. Do you know fasting, if you do, the reward is massive? Yes. Do you know it's haram to fast on Eid day? Not that fasting is not permitted on Eid day. No, it's haram to fast on Eid day because Allah said you should rejoice, have fun. This is the day. What do you need? What is Eid day? After Ramadan? Yes. After Hajj? Yes. No, every single Friday is Eid, like today. Wear the best of clothing. Give your kids gifts. Let them know that today is Eid. How do you know that? Because the Prophet ﷺ told us that not only is Eid, every single Friday is not only Eid, it's also a small Hajj for those that cannot afford to go to Hajj. So if it's Eid, how do you show it to your kids? Do you wait and make the house boring? So that they will be waiting for birthday? So that they will be waiting for Christmas and Easter? If they get tired of every single Friday there's something special, why would they even care Easter and birthday and Christmas is there? Why would they care if kids in their classes are saying that Santa has given them gifts? Why would they care? It's just like one family was complaining. A lady was saying, why will I work, this is Christian, why will I work all my life, get a gift for my child on the day of Christmas, and the child think that is one old white man with a white beard brought it to him, which is Santa Claus. Why can't my child acknowledge that me, all the work that I did was what I was able to organize the money and get the gift, but rather my gift that for my child is going to be associated with someone that is somewhere else. What is going on? So we need to understand, everything that we do, we need to look at the origin. If it has no good origin Islamically, you are not allowed to do it. And that is how you go about with this interest. Because in Islam, everything you do, you need to ask questions, you need to check who started, how did the person start. Birthday, where in Quran did it say it's haram? No. Where in Hadith did it say it's haram? No. But who started birthday? What are the reasons behind it? It's compulsory for me and you to ask. If we don't know it, we are not allowed to do it. It's one of the rituals of the pagan Greek. So the Greeks, they celebrate birthday. The reason behind this celebration is one, every single person, the day that you're born, if that day comes, demons will come and harm you. Do you believe that? That is one. Not only that, because they're coming to harm you, they need to give sacrifice. Who are they giving the sacrifice? To the goddess of the moon. That's what they worship. Goddess of the moon. That is what they worship. So you believe that, yes, on the day that you're born, if the day comes, demons are here. So you are giving sacrifice? How do they give the sacrifice? They will make the cake round in the shape of the moon. And go to the temple and give the child, sacrifice them. And then they come house and be shouting, singing and chanting. Why? They're doing that to keep the demons away. And you also sit down and say, well, we are living in the West, it's birthday time, happy birthday. You are doing exactly what they do. So, Quran or Islamically, man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. Whoever imitates group of people is considered part of them. This is paganism, straight away. Paganism, if you to translate it, means shirk, association of something with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is how we look at it. So it's not about Islam saying it's haram. No, Islam did not say birthday is haram. There's nowhere in Islam you say birthday is haram. Islam only said don't imitate people without knowing the source and what they're doing. That's just that. Don't imitate. So if you're able to create an environment where the kids feel that every Friday is a special day, do you think they'll be interested in something else? If you yourself on Friday, you get your best of clothing to the masjid, how would you feel? Well, what's the occasion? It's Eid. This is a special day Allah has given us. And amazingly, Allah did not suppress on us by saying that because Friday is Eid, you are not allowed to work. No. No way. إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلك خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله. This is Quran saying that if the call for prayer comes on Friday, go and pray. If you finish praying, go about and do your normal duties and seek for your greener pasture. Islam never stopped you from working on Friday. Unlike this previous nation, look at the Jews, look at the Christians. The Jewish community, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said they should respect Friday, they said, oh Allah, we don't want Friday, we want Saturday. Why? Because Saturday is the day that you finish your creation and rested. So we want to also take Saturday as the best of days. These are the Jewish community telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though Allah, you want us to respect Friday, we want Saturday. Allah said, okay, if that is the case, on Friday, no working for you. You said Allah rested on Saturday when He started His creation on Sunday. So Saturday is a resting day. You are not allowed to work. That is the condition. Those people at that time, the only thing they are fishermen. They go fishing. They go on Saturday, they are not allowed to fish. If you go to the sea, the fish are just by the shore, jumping here and there, making fun of everyone. Sunday you come, you hardly get one. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Friday, nothing. Saturday you come, they are everywhere. You are not allowed to work on Saturday. So Jewish, what did they say? No problem. We are not going to work on Saturday, but we will come on Friday night and set our net. Saturday, we are not fishing. Sunday, we come and get everything. Smart idea. What did Allah do? Allah turned those who did that into monkeys. Straight away. These people always try to make fun of in different ways. In Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 183, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described fasting when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we have prescribed fasting upon you or unto you as we did to the nations before you. The nation before us, Christians and Jewish. Allah has given us them fasting as well. The Jews and the Christians, they have changed their fasting. From the month of the fasting, they think that is too hot, they change a month. And they say, well, since we've changed a month, from 30 days, we'll compensate God by adding 10 days to make it 40. Some of them even made it up to 60 because they have changed it. Why? Not only the time of the fasting, they have also changed other aspect of the fasting, which is no eating and drinking. They will eat and drink, but they won't eat meat or they won't eat fish. So they will compensate God for what? For what they have done by giving extra days to make it that, well, even though we did not obey you, we have compensated you. So these are the concepts. We as Muslims have to understand this. We don't just imitate or copy. We need to question and see, really, what we're doing, is it really good? Does it have a good base? Who is the originator? How did it start? That is how you take things and then you become better in what you do. So riba or interest is haram in Islam in any way, whether you are giving or you are taking. There is no way you justify that. You don't give, you don't take. So that's where we stop. We hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us some understanding out of it. And inshallah, we try to take some few questions, not more than 7:30 inshallah. Then as we arrange, it's 6:30 to 7:30. We need to keep the time so that we respect those who come early.
7:22 now.
So,
22,
just saw
22.
my bank statement. I got $1.73 interest.
Yes, so
What do I do with it?
So that's the point. We spoke about this over and over with those of us who are having the Saturday classes. So this is how it works. With the banks, they have a system which automatically generates that. Even if you speak to them at the desk or speak to the managers, they cannot do anything about it. So as a Muslim, what you do is, those you know that this is addition, not mine. You take that and give it out as a charity. You are not expecting Allah to pay you back because that money originally is not even yours. So you give it out. Don't associate or don't combine that with your daily expenditure. Don't spend that as, well, it's just 0.1. No. If you know any addition that comes automatically, try to always look at that, take that out of your money, give it out, and always make sure that you do that. Because that, they said, is automatic, they cannot do anything about it. So that's how we do. So we should understand the concept. Now, yes.
Yeah, he explained that if you and the bank have an agreement,
Yeah.
that over a period of time, let's say in 10 years' time,
Yeah.
or let's say regardless of the time, this is the agreement. I gave, or let's say 100,000
Yeah.
at the end of the contract,
Yeah.
whether you pay today or you pay at the end of the 10 years,
Yeah.
you add, let's say 25,000 on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is okay.
Agreement, both of you agree,
Yeah,
there's
both of you.
nothing added, going to be added directly or indirectly to it. This is what the agreement is. Islam agree on arrangement. If you agree on something, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but with the other one, there's an agreement there, right?
There's agreement, but it's not open because the point is, the agreement is standing on something called interest rate,
But
which
you-
is always up and down.
You know very well that the rate fluctuates, right?
Yeah, so that's why, because there's no clear cut how much you pay. Here, in that, there's no. And secondly, if anything should go wrong, who is going to lose?
You.
Yeah. So Islam said you need a fair go. So Islam is not doing anything to make your life hard. It's rather there for you to protect you. Look at the time of Umar. Umar's son has a camel. And he left the camel next to the market. So Umar was passing by, he saw the camel. Whose camel is this fat camel? He said, oh, it's your son's. He called him, said, since when did you start doing this? He said, what do you mean? Everyone knows you are the son of the Khalifa. This is your camel. Of course, people will be generous by feeding your camel for nothing. No one is doing that for any other individual out there. Islamically, it's not, that camel is not yours anymore because you are taking more than your share. Because you are getting extra advantage that other people don't get. That's how Islam is all about. Just go to the market at the time of Umar. There's a person who reduced the amount or the price of their stuff lower than the normal market price. And Umar came and said, leave the market. You are not allowed in this market. Why? Because if that continues, what will happen? The person will take advantage and spoil other people's business. The rest of the people who are selling in the market, they cannot afford to go that down. So what will happen? They will collapse. If they collapse, this person will now have monopoly and increase the price. And then people will suffer. At the beginning, you as customers thinking that this person is taking care of us. Like, let's see what's happening in Australia here. We have specific markets, shops that have taken the whole Australia. Anywhere you go, Coles, Woolworth, Big W, Target, name them. Individual cannot come and compete with these people. Just look at South Australia here. We have the IGA and the Foodland, right? The Foodland is local and operated by locals. What happened is just look at the catalogs. Coles and Woolworths will put the price down. If they put the price down, everyone rushing there, what will happen to IGA and Foodland? They will go out of market. If tomorrow they are the only two people in the market, you have no choice but to go to them. If they increase the price, do you have anywhere to go and buy? This is what Islam said is not allowed. So Islam is more or less taking care of you as the customer, you as the consumer. You need a fair go. It's not a system where it's making your life hard. No, it's not about that. It's rather to make your life easier for you. So that is the idea over there. Yes.
In reference to the discussion that they asked you earlier on, concerning about interest rate, from an example, let's say that sometime in the bank they ask you that fixed rate.
Fixed and then the variation.
In case wherein you borrow like 1,000 from the bank, and then they happen to say it's fixed rate.
That's okay with that. But we spoke about some part which you are not here.
You can choose.
One part which is if the agreement is fixed from day one, no addition, no subtraction, you agree, they agree, that part Islam accepts that. But then the next question is, where did the bank get the money to give you the loan? Is it from the gambler business? Is it from the alcohol business? So those are other questions you need to ask. Because you don't want to take filthy money. What happens is, anything you do, if that will help the alcohol seller or the gambling business to boom because of you taking money and then giving, and then they are getting extra profit from the bank because of what they've been doing with you, then you are helping in doing bad things. And if you help in generating bad business, it's more or less you are part of it. Now let me give you a simple example. Me and Martin here have gone to a church that is being sold in Elizabeth. We spoke about we need to get a community center for the African community. We went and saw this church, massive, with big land. Maybe 10 times the whole building here. Big land that about how many cars can park. This church is being sold, 575,000. Okay? We went there, we want to get it for our African community and all the Muslims alike so that everyone can have a place to pray and also other activity. When we were there are people who came, they want to buy the place and turn it into a club. When we were there are people who came there, they want to buy the place and turn it into a nightclub or gambling place. Some of them also want to maintain it as a church. Okay? These are the reality. We went and saw it. We are the only Muslims who went there also looking into for the Muslim Ummah. So tell me, if we relax and that place goes out of our hand, who do you think tomorrow that place is going to serve? Ask. Why? If you don't go to club, your kids will go. 2, if it's not a club, it's a gambling place, that is what's going to happen. If you don't go, it's either your child or your grandchild. 3, if it's a church and it happens that well, it's going to run as a church, who is going to run it? People that are going to run it, and our kids will be around their kids. So if we don't have enough knowledge and Allah does not protect us, there's a possibility our kids will go to the church tomorrow. When we buy the place, we have done 3 things. 1, Islamically, the Prophet ﷺ said if you build even a small portion of masjid, like the nest of a bird, on the day of Qiyamah, Allah will build a castle for you in Jannah. 2, by taking that place off, you have protected some people against this sort of lifestyle that will happen tomorrow if the place turns into club. Directly or indirectly, whether you know it or not, you have done this good deed automatically. Allah will pay you for that. That is separate from your reward. So imagine how long you have to live. If the world is to go up to 300, 400 years from today, and you contributed in that, and that place is bought, so far as the place is being used for Allah's purposes, you will always get reward as if you are still alive, even if you are in your grave. How long do you have to live? If you can get extra 300 years of reward on top of 50, 60, 70 years that you're going to live, won't you be amazed on the day of Qiyamah? But if you ask me, how many people have so far given? This is the reality. So if we're talking about reality, we're talking about reality. There's one thing that happened also 2 days ago. You know, if we talk, people are thinking outside the square. My witness is still here. Martin, when we came back, he said, look, I don't know how many people are in the community here, but if you even have 1,000 people within Adelaide, and everyone is going to be 500 or 1,000, you will buy that place cash. Some of you have seen my message when I sent it. That very night, we did that. Martin was one of the first people who already sent their money in their account. We are in the house when I got a call. There's one African brother who had cancer. This brother is in his last stages. Abdulaziz is my witness. When I got the call, I called him. The person is in the hospital. Only his daughter, who just had a baby, less than 3 months. C-section. So she has been cut to take the baby off, which means she has sore that needs to be healed. This girl is the one with the father in the hospital. The mom is in Africa, they bought the ticket. She's supposed to come in February. If they are to change the ticket, it's going to cost her another $2,000. So they can't afford it. This girl has siblings at home. The oldest is about 13 years. 6 kids in the house. She has to be in the hospital with her baby, with her 2-year-old child, and then that baby of less than 3 months. Look after that man, whether he's dying today or tomorrow. 10 o'clock at night, me and Martin, we have to go to the hospital. The girl's house to the hospital by car will take you 12 or 15 minutes. By car, 12 or 15 minutes. In that darkness of night, this girl can walk with her little baby more than an hour and a half from the hospital to that house. No car. I don't know this family. I'm not related to them. When I heard that, I couldn't sleep. Martin is my witness. I couldn't sleep. I started calling people. I said, I want to go there, but if I go there and this guy dies by morning, how am I going to help him? What sort of thing can I do? I cannot pay for the burial. It's happening in Adelaide here. This guy is still at the hospital. That very night, we went around 10:30, 11. Martin is supposed to sleep before him. But he said, look, let's go. We went and saw this guy does not know where he was. We sat beside him, read Surah Al-Yasin. When we turned, the girl started, she told me, for the last 4 days, this man could not calm down. This is the first time she saw him relax like this. We went again the following night. If it's you or me, how are we going to do? So if we talk about, let's get a community center, we're not talking about business. We're talking about something that people will be always there for us. Because it can be me, it can be you. This guy was active, doing his daily activity. He just felt unwell when he went, they said, you have 4 months to live. Yeah. They told him he has 4 months to live. So if we are talking about this and people are thinking that you want to create business, where on earth did masjid become business? It's not a church. It's just for our own good. So that if such a thing should happen, we will all be there for each other. This is just what we're asking for. This guy is still at the hospital. Abu Sama called me 3 times. How's he doing? I've already started giving information just in case he dies. Because the information I got, he won't survive till morning. I said, I'm scared. If I go there and they think that someone from the community is here and something happened, they call me, what do I do? Martin said, don't worry about it, let's go. That is one of the rights of a Muslim that we just mentioned. If the person is sick, visit them. He didn't need to know him. The following day when we We called his daughter's number, it's not going through. Martin says, still, let's go. Even if we go at the hospital, we couldn't see him and come back with daddy. We called, it won't go through. We pressed the bell, they ask us, what is his name? We don't know. You don't know somebody, why are you coming to visit him? That's what they ask us from the security code. What they ask, you don't know the person. Why are you coming? Martin just pushed me away and said, look, we are Muslims. We are told that a Muslim member is here. We came and saw him the other night, and it's our responsibility to come and visit him. They opened the door. When they opened, what did they do? They sent a security straight away to us. 3 of us entered with another person. The security guy looked at the guy and said, just normal Aussie guy, he's in jalabia with a kappa, half jalabia. He said, the security guy asked that other man, are they with you? He said, no. He said, no. And then the security guy stopped us. Do you know where you're going? Martin said, yes, we know. We were here last night. So, okay. This is the reality. This is the reality. So, if we talk about this, we're not talking about anything. We want a sense of belonging. We want to have something that we can lean on and say, at least if anything at all, this is ours. Our affairs will be taken care of. If we are to die today, we have a masjid, we have a community center. The Muslims will take care of us because we are together yesterday. First thing I asked the girl, which masjid does your dad pray? Which community are you guys from? Who are you associating with? Because I don't know if something should happen. Who am I calling and saying, there's a Muslim brother died? And I know for sure, not without any doubt, it's going to take me a lot of time to be able to convince the Arabs in the masjid and say that an African man died. Ask me, where does he pray? This is reality. Whether I have the 7,000 cash there and say, this African brother died, someone will be asking, who is going to pray for him? So we need a sense of belonging. It's touching, and that's real. It's touching. I couldn't sleep since back then. Because if this happened to me, I don't know how I'm going to survive. So we started. We've sent a message all across Australia. We're talking to any individual, regardless, Muslim, non-Muslim. We want to get that place as soon as possible before it turns into a club or maintain as a church. So this is our idea. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. I don't mind taking one more question, and inshallah I'll move on this.
Yeah, this one is not related to interest, but it's still related to business.
Yeah.
How much the profit margin when you make business? Because some people say if your profit is equal to your cost price.
Yes, your cost price.
That's around it. It's not good.
No, that's not the case. The case is if, let's say, I bought this microphone $20 and I'm selling it for maybe $100. You came, said it's so expensive. That's how I sell it. You want it, take it. If you don't want it, leave it. Islamically, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is how I am selling it. You have a choice. We have different cases of business in terms of monopoly where you cannot get it anywhere. That's why I increase the price. That is different thing altogether. But in general business, I said, well, this is how I sell it. But if I told you that, even though I bought it $20, when you come and said, look, $100 is too much. I said, look, I bought it for $80 or $85.
هذه الدنيا تزول والبقاء ليس يطول أين من يمشي يقول كن شفيعي يا محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية ربنا يسير وسائل زورة المختار عاجل دمعنا يحمي وينزل من غرام في محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية كلنا يرجو البشارة بالرأي وزيارة حبذا تلك التجارة زورة الهادي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية ربنا حيا الطريقة كلنا ربي رفيقة كي نرى بدرا شفيقا الحبيب مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية ظننا فيك جميل أنت يا ربي وكيل والنبي نعم الكفيل الحبيب مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية كل ما زار المقام فالنبي راد السلام يعرف الخلق تماما بشروا زوار محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي سعدكم يا من تزور وجهكم يالغ نور ربكم ربنا غفور للذي قد زار محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية قدر المولى السعادة ودعاكم للعبادة هذه الحسنى زيادة زورة الهادي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية لو رأينا الواقفين لو رأينا القائدين لو رأينا السائلين الشفاء من محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية نور خير الخلق يجلى وكتاب الله يتلى وعلوم الشرع تملى عند مولانا محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية حبه يحيي القلوب يغفر الله الذنوب يستر الله العيوب بالحبيب مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية أين أصحاب الكمال أين سادات الرجال أنفقوا من خير مال قاصدنا مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية ثم قولوا إن وصلتم وأتيتم ودخلتم وذهبتم ونظرتم للحبيب مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية يا رسول الله أنت قبل خلق الخلق كنت من ضياء قد خلقت عند ربي يا محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية وبخير في الختام نبتغي ليل المرام بجوار للمقام في بقيء يا محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية صلوات طيبات زاكيات ناميات غاليات دائبات للحبيب مولاي محمد صل يا ربي وسلم على النبي خير البرية حق قدره ومقداره العظيم.